Get ready for some nail-biting action as the Champions League semi-finals feature some of the biggest names in football. Real Madrid is trying to defend their title against Manchester City, a club that has been obsessed with winning the trophy for years but has repeatedly fallen short, including against Real Madrid at the same stage last year. There's also Erling Haaland, who's widely regarded as the best pure goal scorer since the days of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. On the other side of the bracket, we have one of the greatest crosstown rivalries in football between AC Milan and Inter Milan. These two Serie A mainstays are playing out their 180-minute encounter at the iconic stadium that they share in the world's fashion capital. In a competition that's all about glitz and glamour, it's hard to ask for a more intriguing Final Four. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into the details of these two encounters. And while you're at it, consider subscribing to our channel to stay updated on all the latest football action. Since the draw for the quarterfinals was announced, there's been a real buzz of excitement surrounding the prospect of Milan and Inter facing off against each other in the Champions League semi-finals. This is more than just a regular fixture, it's a long-standing tradition and a major sporting attraction that has captivated fans for decades. The stakes couldn't be higher for both teams as they fought tooth and nail to secure their place in the final. AC Milan celebrated a hard-fought 2-1 aggregate victory over Napoli, while Inter advanced after a thrilling 5-3 aggregate win with Benfica. Now the stage is set for a Derby della Madonnina showdown, where only one team can emerge victorious. The significance of this match cannot be overstated. Whoever wins will cement their place in history and elevate their team to new heights. Losing, on the other hand, will be a bitter pill to swallow, as it will feel more like relegation than elimination. The rivalry between Milan and Inter is a complex one, born out of the foundation of two great clubs with different histories and traditions. It has evolved over the years to become one of the most intense and fiercely contested rivalries in the world of football. So get ready for an epic battle as these two giants of Italian football go head-to-head in a match that's sure to be remembered for years to come. For over a century, the Derby della Madonnina has brought the city of Milan to a standstill and captivated audiences across Italy and beyond. As two of the most iconic clubs in Serie A history, AC Milan and Inter Milan have attracted some of the biggest names in world football to their ranks, thrilling fans with their electrifying performances on the pitch. Since the first match between the two sides in January 1909, spectators have been treated to some of the most memorable moments in Italian football history, from deciding the destination of the Scudetto and the Coppa Italia to crushing the Champions League dreams of one side of the famous Milanese divide. This fixture has been a true spectacle of footballing talent. It's no wonder the match has earned the nickname Derby della Madonnina in honor of the small golden statue of the Virgin Mary that rests atop the Duomo. The significance of this fixture extends far beyond the pitch, becoming a symbol of the enduring rivalry and passion between these two great clubs. This is a significant milestone for Italian football, and it's not just limited to the Champions League. In the Europa League, Juventus is set to face off against Sevilla in the semi-finals, while Roma will take on Bayer Leverkusen. In the Conference League, Fiorentina is one of the favourites to win the trophy. The question now is whether Italian football is back to its former glory. What's your opinion? Let us know in the comment section below. Regardless, this is an important achievement for all Italian sides and a testament to the talent and resilience of the Italian football community. Turning our attention back to the Derby della Madonnina, this upcoming match promises to be a truly exciting encounter. Despite having faced each other over 300 times, including in unofficial matches, Milan's two footballing giants have only met 4 times in the Champions League. Both AC Milan and Inter Milan have a storied history in Europe's premier club competition, and both clubs are eager to return to their former glory in 2023. Milan, 7-time winners of the Champions League, last lifted the trophy in 2007, while Inter's last triumph came in 2010 under the guidance of Jose Mourinho. The special one famously broke a 45-year drought for the Nerazzurri, who previously won the competition in 1965 under the Catenaccio-inspired tactics of Helenio Herrera. While the current squads of both Milan clubs might not be as grande or as tactically innovative as some of their predecessors, they possess the typical Italian grit and determination that have made them competitive on the European stage. As the Derby della Madonnina rivals meet over 2 legs, it's bound to be a spectacle at one of football's greatest amphitheatres. The first ever Champions League encounter between the two Milan giants was an important moment in the history of Italian football. The winner of the 2-leg fixture would progress to the final, so there was a lot at stake for both sides. In the first leg, Milan had home advantage, but the match was a typical Italian stalemate. Despite the abundance of talent on the pitch, both teams struggled to create any clear-cut chances, resulting in a goalless draw. The second leg was equally tense, with Inter's manager Hector Cúper once again focusing on nullifying Milan's attacking threats. Despite the match being a scrappy affair, there were goals at both ends. Shevchenko scored a crucial away goal for Milan just before half-time, meaning Inter had to score twice to advance. Inter almost completed the comeback when Obafemi Martins scored an 84th-minute equaliser, but Milan's goalkeeper, Christian Abbiati, denied Mohamed Kallon a winner in a one-on-one situation. Milan advanced via away goals and went on to beat Juventus in the final penalties. Their third encounter took place in the quarter-finals of the 2005 Champions League. Milan outclassed their rivals, and the match is famous for producing one of football's most iconic images. In the first leg, Milan's superiority was evident, and their goals came from set pieces, with Jaap Stam and Shevchenko heading home on either side of half-time. Inter had a mountain to climb in the second leg, and they resorted to the dark arts to try and unnerve their neighbours. Marco Materazzi tried to get Shevchenko sent off early on, but the Ukrainian stayed on the pitch and put the tie beyond Inter with a thumping goal. Inter huffed and puffed but couldn't break through Milan's defence. As the match came to a close, Esteban Cambiasso thought he'd scored a consolation goal, only for it to be disallowed. Inter fans reacted by throwing bottles and flares onto the pitch, causing the match to be abandoned. In the midst of the chaos, Marco Materazzi and Rui Costa stood side by side, creating an iconic image that has been etched in football's collective memory. Milan was ultimately awarded a 3-0 win and a 5-0 aggregate triumph. As of today, in the domestic competition, the two Milanese are both fighting for a coveted spot in the Champions League. Inter might have struggled domestically this season, but they've been formidable in Europe, finishing ahead of Barcelona in their group and overcoming Porto and Benfica in the knockout stages to reach this semi-final. On the other hand, after a shaky start to the new year, Milan has turned things around and is now pushing for a top 4 finish. It's anyone's game, and the excitement is palpable. The fact that this match features two teams from the same city, a city that has contributed so much to the sport, adds an extra layer of intensity and excitement. The city of Milan boasts an impressive 10 Champions League titles, a testament to Milano's footballing prowess. This match is not only a showcase of the rivalry between these two clubs, but also a chance for Milan to showcase its footballing heritage to the world. It's sure to be a thrilling encounter and a great advertisement for Serie A as a whole. Who do you think will win? On the opposite side of the draw, Real Madrid and Manchester City will face each other. Real Madrid easily dispatched Chelsea over 2 legs in the quarter-finals, winning 4-0 on aggregate, while Manchester City similarly dominated Bayern Munich with a 4-1 aggregate victory. These two giants have faced each other at the same stage of the competition before, with Real Madrid emerging victorious in a dramatic 2-legged showdown last season. However, this season's match comes with added difficulty. First, Real Madrid will have to start the tie at home at the Bernabeu on May 9th, before resolving the second leg at the Etihad on May 17th. Additionally, the presence of the highly anticipated signing Haaland in City's ranks adds an extra level of difficulty for Madrid. The 22-year-old striker has already scored 50 goals, which is more than City's 2 top scorers last season combined. His 12 goals in this year's Champions League include a memorable Manita against RB Leipzig, making him the 13th player in history to score 5 goals in a European Cup match. The tie also brings the curiosity of a new confrontation with Pep Guardiola, as it will be the 5th time that Madrid faces off against the Sant Pedro coach in the Champions League and the 4th time in a semi-final. The balance between the two teams is even, with Guardiola winning with Barca in the 2010-11 semis and with City in the 2019 round of 16, while Ancelotti's Madrid beat him in the semi-finals in 2013-14 against Bayern and last season. The upcoming clash not only promises to be a thrilling encounter between two football giants, but also represents a clash of football ideologies. Madrid embodies tradition, while City epitomizes the new model of state-owned clubs. Since Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan took control of the club in 2008, City has spent a staggering €2.15 billion on transfers. Under Guardiola's leadership, the blue side of Manchester has invested about €1.2 billion in players. In contrast, Madrid has earned more than it's spent in the last 3 years. While City has won 6 Premier League titles in the last decade, they are still searching for their first Champions League title. Moreover, Madrid faces an additional challenge due to the scheduling of the semi-final. The first leg will take place just 3 days after the Copa del Rey final, leaving Los Blancos with less than 72 hours to recover between games. Despite these obstacles, both teams will be eager to advance to the final in Istanbul and add another trophy to their respective collections. It's bound to be an exciting clash between two footballing giants with different approaches to the beautiful game. We're dying to know what your prediction is for these thrilling matches, so don't be shy and share your opinions with us in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, why not subscribe to our channel for more thrilling content in the future? Thank you for tuning in.